at the administration headquarters of the Australian team. With me is Bob Henry. This magnificent performance by these boys.
Yeah, well, it's our first gold medal and one of many, we hope. And I know that Australia's totally proud of these boys for the magnificent way in which they performed and beat America, which is a really tough team.
They really did it the hard way, didn't they? They went in there, what, about fourth fastest qualifier.
That's right, but they did at one time hold the American record, and they came back and they took it again.
Here they are, speak of the Devils. Well,
Right.
three of them, any by the looks of it. I think Dean Woods is back from the track here, but here they are. The gold medalists. The gold medalists. On you, Kevin. On you, Michael. Congratulations, boys. Fantastic. Just come over here. Kevin, you just come over here. Here we are. Just go in there. That's it. Just adjust ourselves here. Well, what a magnificent performance. As I was just saying to Bob, you certainly did it the hard way.
Oh, we went real well yesterday. We just didn't fire at all. I think we hadn't raced for a couple of weeks, and Michael and myself, and we just needed a few races to find our legs. And we went home last night and we relaxed. We had a good feed, a good sleep, and we come out firing all four today.
Well, it certainly got off to a sensational start with the American losing the footing. What happened at the start there?
Well, one of the riders just pulled his foot at the start, and that's something that's not allowed. You're not allowed to restart,
right.
So that's a fault of his own. So we were at an advantage there, in a way, but that really did help us a lot, because once we knew there were only three of them, we were really fired on there. It was great.
Michael, how long did it take you to realise that?
We got the call about after a lap. Yeah. We got about 20 calls after our lap. But once we heard that, we just held it together, no use panicking. We just held it together and rode how we normally ride, and that was it.
I should imagine it'd be hard to contain yourself.
Now?
No, under the circumstances there.
Yeah, it was, actually. Just saying to yourself, just keep it, keep it under control. Don't go blowing yourself away all in the lap. And with these blokes, ride them all the time, the team's pursuit, and we've had a real good team the last couple of years. Everyone works hard, so it come off good.
I was talking to Ray Godkin earlier this morning, and you did have a problem with equipment going up against the Italians.
The wheels.
The wheels, yeah.
They reckon there's about at least a 4-second advantage with those new wheels, with the flywheel effect and the weights in them. We were pleased, even though we were the fourth fastest time yesterday, and the Italians were 5 seconds faster. We were pleased that we were racing them in the semi-finals, because we beat them about a month ago in Czechoslovakia, and we felt that we'd do it again as long as we could just ride to our normal performance. And so they had their wheels then, so we thought, well, away we go,
And the Americans never got in within half a second of you, is that right?
Yeah, I think the closest they got was 0.4. But towards the end, a couple of us did a full lap, and we got out to about 2 seconds, and the blokes capped it off another 2 in the last 2 laps. So,
well, certainly the thrill of a lifetime for you guys. Also must be a thrill of a lifetime for young Dean Woods, who's not back from the track yet. What a magnificent young rider he is.
He's unbelievable. I think he's going to be a very, very good bike rider. He already is, but he's going to be a world amateur champion, no doubt about that. And he's going to go on to the next Olympics and win a gold medal for sure. And he's just unlimited ability, that bloke.
Okay, at this point I think you might like to send a few cheerio calls to your family back home.
For sure, I'd like to say hello to my wife Denise. I'll be seeing her tomorrow. I'm on the plane tonight. And I'd like to say hello to Mum, because she just told me to.
The day after tomorrow.
And just to all my family back home, but especially to Denise. I'll see you tomorrow. No worries.
Michael?
Well, just hello everyone at home. That's about it, yeah.
And Kevin, 29, you've been waiting for this for a long time, haven't you?
I've been waiting a long time, and I was pleased today. I just sat on the back and I said, go fellas, you can do the work. I'd like to say hello to everyone at home, and also to thank my work who paid me for the 10 weeks of MA, Mercantile Mutual Insurance. They've been really great to me. I wouldn't be here without them.
I know that you've done it the hard way.
And I'm just pleased that we've made it.
That's
been a long time.
Our first gold medal at the 1904 Los Angeles Olympics, and what a big moment it is to celebrate. I think, Bob, we might ask you to do the honours in toasting the boys.
It's a lot of fun to do this, fellas. 3 cheers for our first gold medalists at Los Angeles. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hooray! Hip, hooray! Good luck, fellas.
Good luck. Congratulations, boys. Well, we'll party on here for some time now at the Australian team headquarters inside the village. So on that note, Beauty Nuke, we'll go back to you.
What a great moment for the boys. Let's see how they did it.
the final of the team's pursuit, and there's the start. The Australians starting and finishing in the front straight. There's the Americans, and they've already lost a rider.
A sensation. One of the American riders has pulled his foot out of the clip. Now, that is not a recognised mechanical mishap, so the Americans are down to 3 riders from the start.
What a great break for Australia right at the start of the team's pursuit. The Australians with their 4 riders intact, and that will make their task a lot easier than any team that has to ride with 3, although we saw the Americans record a sensational time yesterday in their qualifying time trial with just 3 riders in the team.
Now, the rider who's out of the race has got to get it right out of the way, and that's Dave Grills, who was brought in for these last couple of rounds, and the Australians are already down to a good pace and almost a second in advance of the American threesome, and this is a wonderful chance for a gold medal for Australia. 4 riders still intact. They're being led down the straight this time and being told to keep the pace even, and that's Kevin Nichols leading them through. Dean Woods, in fact, they're very similar on the bike, and that's Michael Turter down the back straight with a good pace from the 4 Australians. Grender is about to take over the pacing from Nichols, and Woods on the last position.
They come round now, they will have completed the first kilometre, and this is a significant stage of the race. Let's see what the situation is. Australia is 1.2 seconds in front. They've gone through the first kilometre in 1 minute 9 seconds, so that's a good time, and it's a very handy lead, although the Americans are renowned as slow starters, and now the crowd is starting to chant USA. That's something else that the Australians are going to have to contend with. They'll have to retain and maintain their composure throughout the course of this race, because there's going to be intense barracking and intense pressure on the track.
Now, they've come back to 0.79 seconds, but I feel that the Americans are starting to panic. Of course, they've got the individual gold medalist in Steve Hagen. He's the one that's bringing them through. Also along the Harvey Nitz, the bronze medalist in the individual pursuit, so they've got a tremendous amount of talent there, plus the technological advantage, but Australia riding a good controlled race. 0.87 seconds is the difference, as the Australians still with 4 riders and a psychological advantage, knowing they can control their effort and still come home with plenty of leeway.
Half a second is the difference, and the Australians are coming around now to get the 6 lap to go sign, and their coach Charlie Walsh is standing in the front straight. He's telling them to keep it steady. They've got their 4 riders intact. The difference now is just 0.47 of a second, with Australia still in front and half the race completed.
And they're not panicking. Charlie Walsh giving the indication not to panic. Michael Turter climbs the banking, turns the pacing over to Michael Grender, all intact and still holding an advantage as they've got 5 laps to go. Now send them along, says Charlie. Michael Grender leads them through and peels up the track to turn the pacing over to Kevin Nichols, and we've seen in each of the earlier races that Michael Turter has been the one to put in a very hard lap and lift the pace in these concluding laps.
The United States still trail by half a second. The Australians maintaining their form. They've got good line. They're a well-drilled unit at the moment, but the pressure will go on. They're coming around now with just over 3.5 laps to go. So they've still got a long way to ride, but the Americans with 3 riders, Australia couldn't ask for a better situation from which to win a gold medal.
Kevin Nichols about to peel up the track, and this is the point of the race where Michael Turter has sacrificed his chance in each of the earlier races. They're the Americans in screen, but Turter leads them through at this time, and Walsh is soling them on. Michael Turter, I feel, will do a full lap here and possibly then drop out of the race.
At the 1 kilometre to go mark, Dick, Australia led by 1.27 seconds. They've increased their lead, and I would say they've increased it even further. Yes, it's now 1.5 seconds. Could this be Australia's first gold medal at the Olympic Games?
There's Turter off the back, and the 3 left are Michael Grender, Dean Woods and Kevin Nichols. Michael Grender leads them through with an advantage of 2.16 seconds. They'd have to have an accident to lose the race from here. Kevin Nichols down the back straight from Dean Woods. There's the Americans coming through, throwing everything into this last desperate effort.
More than 2 seconds is the difference now. Australia has the gold medal in its keeping. They come down to get the bell. Australia's pursuit team, they go through with 1 lap to go. The margin now is over 2 seconds. It's 2.05 seconds. The Australians would have to lose a rider to lose the gold medal as they come down the back straight with half a lap left to go.
Michael Grender from Kevin Nichols, Dean Woods, they'll almost certainly finish in this perfect formation. 3 riders as Grender goes up the track. Woods comes through underneath, and here's the gold medal to Australia.
A sensational performance by Australia's pursuit team, winning the Australians' first gold medal at the 1984 Olympic Games. A superb performance. And that, Dick, would be Australia's first cycling gold medal since 1956, I would think.
That's so, and what a tremendous performance. The American team certainly not disgraced with only 3 riders from that first unfortunate mishap. But the Australians doing everything right throughout, not panicking. And there's Michael Grender, Kevin Nichols and Dean Woods. And Michael Turter has now joined them as the victorious foursome.
And there's the announcement. The gold medalists in the team pursuit, Australia.
Michael Grender, a 22-year-old from Tasmania. I know the father, Ron Grender, will be immensely proud this moment. Michael Grender suffered a bad head injury last year, has come back to now take out a gold medal for Australia. The captain of the team, Kevin Nichols from New South Wales, 29 years of age. Undoubtedly the reward for many, many years of service. He's been to 3 Olympic Games, 2 Commonwealth Games. Now Michael Turter, 26 years of age from South Australia, the current Commonwealth individual pursuit champion. And a very, very proud young man indeed. And the final rider, of course, the 18-year-old wonder boy from Wangaratta in Victoria, Dean Woods, the current world junior pursuit champion, runner-up in the 30-kilometre points race, receiving his just recompense for missing out by 5/100ths of a second for the bronze medal in the individual pursuit.
And now a memorable moment for, from the left, Dean Woods, Michael Turter, Kevin Nichols and Michael Grender, Australia's gold medalists in the team's pursuit. For the first time, we hope, Australia's national anthem at the 1984 Olympic Games.
Three of us who have won a gold medal. We want to talk to the fourth one, Dean Woods, and Graham McNeice has him at the Village.
Yes, Newt, all hell broke loose here just a few moments ago when this young man walked into the room, the victorious 4th member of the gold medal Australian winning side in the 4,000 metres pursuit team. Congratulations, Dean Wood, a magnificent performance. You must be thrilled out of this world.
Oh, unreal. Just still can't believe it.
How did you handle the pressure out there?
Well, the first ride was the worst because there was a difference between getting a medal for sure or hopefully a bronze. And after we beat the Italians in the first ride, and the time that we rode was the fastest they'd ever ridden on that track, we had them worried.
And when the American lost his footing in the bike and had to pull out, you didn't know about that apparently.
No, I had my head down, just going for it, and I didn't know that until actually they'd finished, until the one rider had pulled out.
You had a tough ride earlier in the day up against Italy.
Yes, that was the same team that we beat in the European Cup in Czechoslovakia about 6 weeks ago. And we were pretty confident about beating them, but that their ride yesterday was, very, I suppose, surprising, because they had come up a lot since we rode them last.
Yeah.
And it was just touch and go whether we got them, and we knew if we beat them in a pretty good time, we'd have a pretty good chance.
Dean, in your wildest dreams, did you ever think at such a young age you'd be going home with a gold medal?
Well, I didn't think I'd ever be here at all.
Right.
So it's just come on so quick. It's unreal. That's unbelievable. I just can't believe it.
Finding it hard to realise it's all true.
Yeah. Like when I got into the team, it was fair enough. You go away with the team and you're away from home for a while. You don't realise until what you're riding for until you end up on the spot and you're out on the track and the crowd's screaming.
And you're the world's best. That's absolutely incredible. There it is, the gold medal, worn very, very proudly by this young man who, incidentally, as I said, is only 18 years of age. He's the junior world champion. A magnificent feat for such a young man. And we're all so proud of you back home. We're all speechless here, I mean to tell you.
Well, Kevin was saying before, after we'd finished,
but he'd started racing before I was born.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Kevin Nichols.
Kevin Nichols, yeah.
Well, that's incredible. Magnificent performance on the four of you, and the first gold medalists for Australia in the 4,000 metres pursuit team. I think you should go out and celebrate now.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. Would you like to say hi to your family back home?
Well, I've already rang them up, and
Well, say hi to them in person.
how are you? They're all there, they're all watching.
Dean Woods, on behalf of everyone here in the village and all Australians, congratulations to yourself and the rest of the boys on a magnificent performance. We're very, very proud of it, let me tell you.
Thanks,
okay. They're all here for you, mate.
Well, that sort of exemplifies the attitude of all the Australian athletes here. Couldn't be more proud of them.
All of them are here. Thank you for coming into the studio, fellas. First of all, congratulations, an absolutely superb performance. And I know quite often we're accused of going over the top when we talk about things like this. I feel very humble about these guys. They've each got a fantastic story to tell on the road to this gold, and we're going to find out about that. Firstly, Kevin Nichols, granddad of the team, Kevin. Am I right in thinking that when you were selected to come here, there were some people who thought you shouldn't be here on your recent performances?
Well, after the Commonwealth Games in Brisbane, I said I was retiring, and I hardly raced at all. I hardly touched my bike for about 6 months, and I started doing a little road racing just to lose a bit of weight and that sort of thing. But then I got a new job, and I was doing 60 odd kilometres a day just riding to work and back, and I did a few races, just something to do, and I finished 8th in the national road title, which wasn't a bad sort of effort for me, and just went on from there. And I thought just before the national selections, I approached the people I work with, and I said to them, I can make the team, and if I get in the team, they're a good chance for a gold medal at Los Angeles. And the only thing is, it's so much time off work and the expense and everything else, and I just can't do it because I'm paying a house off. I put my cycling aside, so that's it, I'm finished. But this looks so good. Anyway, Dave jumped at the opportunity. That's Mercantile Mutual Insurance. It's a company I work for, and they've supported me, and they've paid my wages for the 10 weeks I've had off. It's cost them almost $15,000 to get contractors in to do the work I do while I'm away, because I've got 2 new computers in, and they had to put all the software in for that.
I think with what you've done, that's money well spent. Well, I don't think there'll be any regrets there, will there?
No, I think they'll, I'm very appreciative, and I think they'll be very happy about the result too.
Well, good on you. Okay, moving along the line to Michael Grender, another fantastic story. Michael Grender in the middle here. Just 12 months ago, you were in Europe in a hospital, unconscious in intensive care. Tell us about that.
Well, it was in preparation for last year's World Championships, and we were racing in Schweiz, Germany, and I was involved in an accident and was during a race, and as a result I spent 3 weeks in hospital and I had to have 3 months off recovering, and I was glad to make the team. It was a thrill to make the team. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it, and now this has sort of topped it all off.
When you have a serious accident like that, though, do second thoughts about going back to it?
Yeah, well, when I had the accident, I thought, well, I'd make sure that there wouldn't be any problems if I had another accident similar, and I was given the okay. They said if I fell again and had head injuries, there was no problems.
Charles, these boys are a bit reticent to come out, but you had another one as well, didn't you, Michael? At Christmas time.
Oh, yeah, I was a slight fracture of my pelvis, but that was okay.
Fracture of your pelvis. So really, you've beaten all the odds. You're here and you've got gold. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. We're wrapped. It's really great.
And moving along to Michael Turner, I think we all enjoyed that superb Commonwealth Games in Brisbane. Michael probably won the most exciting cycle race I've ever seen, when you were in an impossible position going to the bell and you picked up a gold in Brisbane. How does it feel compared to this?
Oh, no, it's, comparison's a little bit different. It was good in Brisbane because it's in front of an Australian crowd, and it was good in America because we beat the Yanks. But